Good afternoon, gladiators. We who are about to play salute you. It is a cold and wintry afternoon here in Australia where I'm doing the Oli Plays series. And we're up to episode 26, which is in fact Ultima VII. Continuing my Ultima retrospective. We're nearly towards the end now. Only Ultima 7, 8 and 9 remain. It's been a long slog, really. I mean, there are a lot of Ultimas to get through, and I probably underestimated how much time this would take, and I am enjoying them, but I can certainly see the games for their flaws. Ultima 7 in particular was one that I was worried about, would it hold up? This is the second time I've recorded this video today, because the first time I did, the video audio quality wasn't great. So I've actually had a quick playthrough already, and you know what? It does hold up. It is a lot of fun. It does have flaws, of course, but it's still quite a cool game. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm using Exalt, which is a almost like an emulator for Ultima 7, because one of the issues with Ultima 7 when playing on a modern computer is it just runs too fast or too slow, or the sound isn't right. Even when you run it through the emulators like DOSBox, things just don't run well. So what we're going to do is play Ultima 7. Start new game. I'll view introduction. Let's view the introduction. Lord British presents. Ultima 7. So this is quite a benign opening screen. You really, it does conjure up anything but Ultima. You have a butterfly on screen. It's very peaceful. It's not what you'd expect from an Ultima game, especially one with a cover that's black, like the Metallica Black album. You expect sinister things to happen, and it's not long before they do. Enter the Guardian. Any minute now.
Avatar! Know that Britannia has entered into a new age of enlightenment. Know that the time has finally come for the one true Lord of Britannia to take his
So
place.
this individual here is the Guardian, and he is the antagonist for the next 3 games. These games are colloquially known as the Avatar trilogy, in fact. I mean the Guardian trilogy.
Know that you too shall kneel before me, Avatar. You too will soon acknowledge my authority. For I shall be your companion, your provider, and your master.
He is a funny looking guy. I've got to say, the first time I saw him, I was kind of taken aback, and I thought he's almost like a gorilla. He doesn't look as sinister as he could. Something is obviously amiss. Here you are at your computer. There you see the Ultima 6 map, you know, which is very nostalgic for me. It has been a long time since your last visit to Britannia. The mystical orb beckons you. It has opened gateways to Britannia in the past. There's your little moonstone that you get from Ultima 6 in the box. Behind your house lies the Circle of Stones. Why is a moon gate already there? This is the way you actually transport from Earth to Britannia, as you do in so many of the Ultima games. Whoa! So that's our introduction, and we will start a new game. We will be Sir Oliver. We'll be a male, and what's our portrait going to be? What do we look like? You can't really see here, but I'm choosing a guy who kind of looks like me, almost like a Latino version of me. He'll do. Ultima 7, you will notice when we play the game, is a step up graphically and in terms of UI and everything from previous Ultimas. In the way that Ultima 6 was a step up, this too is a big step up. And one of the reasons behind that is because not only did computer technology get better, but the budgets got bigger. And so Ultima 7 had a budget of $1 million in 1992. We're going to journey onward now. One moment, please. And we're back. I just had to shut the door to get rid of some ambient noise. My wife is watching Sons of Anarchy in the background. Excellent show, by the way. For those who are familiar with Ultima and are just sort of experiencing it again with me, you might have noticed there is an introduction cutscene right here in the game that I've skipped. It's quite a long cutscene and it goes for a minute or two, maybe even more. And it's literally just YOLO here. YOLO! YOLO and the Avatar chatting away about events past, and this character comes out and basically explains there's been a murder and so on. I find that after a long introduction like the cutscene we just saw, it's quite tiring to look through, to listen to a whole bunch of text dialogue. Now, I was playing a game on the Switch the other day, a demo of a game called Project Octopath Traveler, which is coming out in the next few months, and it's a JRPG which looks, very pretty and very, quite exciting. But the first 10 minutes of the game were literally just watching cutscenes after cutscenes after cutscenes of dialogue between two characters that you were not invested in and had no interest in because you hadn't met them. And I don't like games that do that. I want to be able to, at least walk around and enjoy a bit of the game before I invest that time into learning that much of the story. Anyway, that's my rant, and here we are. So in Ultima 7, it's all mouse controlled. There we are, walking around. The further your mouse is from the screen, the more you walk away. We're in the town of Trinsic, 200 years after the events of Ultima 6, where the Avatar brought peace by uniting the Britannians and the Gargoyles through the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom. Now you're back, and there is a new threat. And this threat, not that you know it yet, but it is in the form of a mysterious cult called the Fellowship, which we'll find out about soon. One of the cool things about Ultima 7 is that in previous Ultimas, everything was tile-based, but now everything, while still using sort of a tile system, tiles can be of any size. So you see here we have a tree. You can go behind the tree and in front of the tree, and you have layers. So I can actually go in under this guardhouse and see how there is a gap between the walls and the roof, and that's quite cool. So you do get quite a dollhouse feel to things. Let's have a chat to this forlorn character. You will see a distraught peasant. Art thou really the Avatar? No. Petre looks confused. Thou shouldst not make fun of me. He turns away. So I'm in evil Avatar mode, as I always am. Let's chat to him again. He knows I'm the Avatar. What is it, my lord? Petre asks. Name. Look in the stables. 'Tis horrible. I will answer thy questions. But first, look in... He's turning into Gollum. First, look in the stables, precious. Very nice things in the stables. Yes, yes, very nice things. All right, enough Gollum for now. So, in classic Ultima fashion, it's very much that name, job, buy as how you find out information from non-player characters. But because this is not using a keyboard system, it's all using a dynamic text box thing, and so your options appear before you like that. And the more you speak to characters, the more options are presented with you. So soon we're going to find out about a murder in the stables. We'll find out that this guy works in the stables, and lo and behold, there is what looks to be some kind of ritual sacrifice here with 4 candles and a poor fellow who's been ripped limb from limb, quite literally. Now, it's quite a shocking thing to see by the standards of the time, 1992, you would not see this often in a game. Of course, games like Doom changed everything and you know, ripped out the people getting entrails ripped out and things being chainsawed in half and everything. But they were very controversial, and people wanted them banned. And this was one of the first sort of role-playing games to feature quite significant blood and gore. And I'm gonna grab that key. So it was quite, I was quite taken aback the first time I saw that, and like, whoa. Over here we have a gargoyle who has had a pitchfork ripped into him. So we kind of figure, well, it's not the humans, it's not the gargoyles. What is actually driven them apart? So there's a gargoyle jewelry, which we'll take, because, you know, evidence, of course. This is a crime scene, and, you know, I'm kind of like the sheriff. There's a bag of stuff. Notice the inventory system is quite cool. You have these bags you can drag on the screen, and you can drag things into the bags, and you can use them from the bag. So what we see here is gold. You just tap on the gold. We have a torch. We can, I think I can use that by double clicking it. We have a bread roll which I could eat, which might feed that to YOLO. Ah, very tasty. I'll talk a bit about my companions soon. We'll take that bag actually, because bags can be quite handy. So we're now leaving there. This isometric grid can look a little bit funny to some people's eyes, but you get used to it quite quickly. It's quite similar, the 45-degree angle, to Ultima VI, which used the same thing. And we'll chat to him again because we've just heard about this murder. He discovered poor Christopher in an armor early this morning, did not touch a thing, allegedly. Made me sick, it did. Alright, who are these people? Footprints. They lead out the back. Alright. Murderers. That's where I got the golem thing from the last time I played it. So this character here is allegedly me. That's the avatar. Doing my... Almost looks like The Rock with a wig. Right. Bye. Goodbye, the man sniffs. Let's go over here and chat to this character who is the mayor of the town. You see a middle-aged nobleman. YOLO! Who is this stranger? Why, this is the Avatar, YOLO proudly proclaims. Canst thou believe it? May I introduce thee? This is Finnegan, the town mayor, and this is Sir Oliver, the Avatar. I simply cannot believe he's here. Looks skeptically. I swear this is the Avatar. Are you the Avatar? Welcome, Avatar. A horrible murder. Will you solve this? Yeah, sure. I'll do something heroic. So we're learning a little bit more about this murder. Ultima VII, much like previous, like Ultima VI, throws you right into the events of the game straight away. Ultima VI, you appear and there's gargoyles fighting in the courtroom of Lord British. And this one, you arrive as there is a murder happening. So you're not really left to your own devices in this straight away. Have that search disabled? Yes. What did we find? We found a key. We will find Christopher's son. All right. Bye. Some people didn't like the graphics for Ultima VII, but I quite like them. I think they're quite detailed. It can be a little hard to sometimes click on the smaller sprites like that. One complaint that I have, and I'll show you once we... Oh, is that a dead horse? No, he's still alive. There is something we might have a look at. What is that? Oh, cool. There's a paper doll system. This paper doll system here, which is quite cool, you can drag the armor on and off, came in the next Ultima, which was almost a sequel, but not an official Ultima 8, a linear sequel. It was Ultima 7 Part 2, and they brought in this cool paper doll system where you could take the pants off, shoes. In the original Ultima 7, they didn't have that, but obviously for this X-Alt version that I'm playing with modding conveniences, they're using the 7.2 thing, which is really cool. And I think it just adds a lot. You can click on your backpack and change your weapon by, you know, get rid of the dagger, add a torch if I wish. I could light the torch. Pretty cool, huh? But we're not going to light it. There's our map of Britain. It's Britannia, sorry. I think Lord British's castle's up there somewhere. I don't remember where Trinsic actually is. I believe it's somewhere down here. You can't zoom in or anything, so it's not that advanced, but It's quite cool. We have our dagger. We should probably use it again. Right. So there's some bloody footprints, but where do they go? They end here. Can we climb up on the roof, perhaps? No. Interestingly, they end at the stables, so that seems like a bit of a dead end for us. A dead end in a murder case. Ha ha ha. So someone here is asleep. Who is this? Wake up. I insist thou wake up. I am the Avatar. Wake, peasant. You see a young woman with a bright smile. See, it's interesting. Why do you have a bright smile? We've just barged into the house. What is your name? My parents called me Caroline. Well, that's not the voice I'd expect from her. What is your job? I have no job per se. I have devoted my energies to helping the Fellowship. Ah, the Fellowship. So this is the first we're hearing about the Fellowship. Now, I remember reading that Richard Garriott, when he was coming up with the story for this game, based the Fellowship around the modern cult of Scientology, well, religion / cult, formed by the well-known fraudster L. Ron Hubbard in the 60s. And Scientology is famous for its many levels of membership and pay-as-you-go to learn the secrets. And at the top level, eating a bit of a biscuit, Scientology has some pretty crazy out there theories about, you know, the creation myths of spaceships that look like DC airplanes, souls being trapped in volcanoes, and an evil galactic overlord called Zemu. I don't know how far along the Fellowship is tied into that, but it definitely has some strange beliefs in this game, and it has quite sinister motives, and they will work against you if you go against the Fellowship, which is very much like in Scientology. Alright, so Fellowship. A society of spiritual seekers who strive to reach the highest levels of human potential and to share this philosophy freely with all people. And that sounds a lot like Scientology. Fellowship was formed 20 years ago by Batlin. Batlin is the kind of the henchman of the Guardian and the human antagonist for this game. And he sort of represents the leader of the Fellowship. So we will not ask any more about that for now, but I might try and... no, we could paint a picture of something if we wanted. Easel. What's that? Finger painting again. Oh, your companions always kind of make fun of you if you do certain things. Quite clever in this game. You back to bed, lady. Your companions are more than just a living, you know, a fighter or a mage or something. They are living, breathing characters that, when you feed them, they thank you. When you turn a tap on in a wine cellar or something, they'll say, "Waste that not." When you're in the cold of an icy area, they'll say, "'Tis colder." Or when you steal things, they'll say, "Avatar, stop that," that kind of thing. So they have a personality, which is wonderful. So no one lives here. What's that? Swamp boots. We want swamp boots? I believe we do. I'm going to take them. Sometimes the guards in this game get quite overzealous. We'll take those boots off. Put the swamp boots on. Not that we need them. Oh, they look cool. And they can sense that you're stealing something from quite a long way away. Let's give YOLO a hood. Alright, cool. Now you look. Don't know what that does. The AI for the companions in this game is actually automatic as opposed to previous Ultimas, because the game is in real time, meaning it's not turn-based anymore, and so enemies and player character companions think for themselves. Let's go into this house. Greetings. Who are you? A bored-looking but a solid-looking but bored fighter. Why are you bored? The portraits in this game, much like previous Ultimas, are varying in their quality. Some of them are quite great. Many of them are not great. This is one of the better ones. He looks a bit like David Thewlis, Professor Lupin. What's your name? Marcus the trainer. Ask him about the murder. Heard nothing about it. Sure yeah, you would say that. What's your job? Do we want to increase our... Yeah, a little train. 20 gold, we can afford that. Very well. Train. Too costly. No, it's not too costly. I will train. You pay. Here we go. Demonstrates a couple of simple thrusts. No animation or anything. Combat is fairly... Oh, that's a nice helmet. Look away, that I might take it. There's one little trick, I think it doesn't always work, but if you open your backpack, drag the helmet straight into it. Do not touch that. Okay, it doesn't always work. Well, we've stolen something, we might as well grab as much as we can and then bolt. See ya. Hey, I'm just borrowing them. Whoa, how'd those guards know about that? So they're running there. These Monty Python style guards. Stop, thief! I think we should probably equip our items because we might need them in this fight. We'll get that buckler. Oh, I've got a key in that hand. Why do I have a key in that hand? I don't want that. There we go. This weapon, the sword, and a cool kind of knightly helmet. So I think we should be well versed if we do need to take on these evil guards who are following me around. Let's see if we can go in there, bring the fight to them. Hello, sir. What's your name? A stone shopkeeper. We're just like, hey, I wouldn't mind perusing your goods. Don't mind the guards behind me. They mean you no harm. Got anything I can pilfer? Thou hast entered my shop. The best be buying. He's like, well, you don't know me. I am the Avatar. Are you really? So many. Only last week did the Avatar came through and he took 20. Well, more fool you then. What do you want? I'm not interested in anything you've got to say. I'm going to go through this door. Resist. Resist not. This game can run quite slow, even on a modern computer. We have some modern conveniences where using the Xalt engine, it's smoother scrolling and so on, but it's not perfect. Why are you still following me? And I must have to attack you, I think, to battle. Let's fight this guy. I didn't really love combat in Ultima 7 compared to Ultima 6. It feels like a little, whoa. We just got taken out in 2 hits. Whoever that swords master was, he was no one to be trifled with. That is all you ever need know. So, death has very little consequence in this game. I don't know if the shopkeeper will still be, the armorer will still be angry with us. But I'm assuming not, because that would suck. One of the things about the Guardian trilogy is that it wasn't as moral as the Avatar trilogy in that you were able to steal things, kill things, get away with stuff, and still complete the game. Your companions might leave you and so on, but it didn't sort of force you down the path of righteousness so much. What's in that bag? Bananas. This is bananas, YOLO. Grab that, very tasty. You're most welcome. Oh, come on. You see an irate guard. Years of indoctrination have become instilled in him an overly developed sense of discipline. And a zealous devotion to the maintenance of order. All of this zeal is now directed against you. Such behavior will never be tolerated inside the sanctuary of Trinsic's walls. Thy red cloak and blonde curls. Blonde curls? Sir, you misjudge me. Your eyesight terrible. Show only that thou art a vile impostor and not a true avatar. The Avatar hasn't been seen in Britannia for 200 years, so people don't really know what I'm supposed to look like, which is kind of shocking. You think that Lord British might have commissioned some portraits of me or something. Before we go on with battle, one thing I did want to complain about, and many people have to complain about Ultima 7, is this awful font. This sort of ye olde English font with its thick red stroke, thick black stroke and bright yellow text. It's quite hard to read and gets quite sore on the eyes, and I know there are some mods to change it just to a simpler font, and by default it's massive and nobody liked it. To the death! To the death. To the death. To our death. No doubt. Alright, well, let's get out of here. I think we should leave this town. We've certainly outstayed a welcome. What's the password? You tell me what the password is. You see an alert and no nonsense guard. What a weird looking guard. That's one of the lesser portraits. I believe the portraits were done by many different artists and the quality is certainly varying. This one's kind of cool, the Latino avatar. This guy's not so cool. Name, Johnson. Job? Morning watch guarding authorize the coming and goings of every ship. In this game, you can actually get deeds to ships and sail them off, which is quite cool. Ship. You can get a deed from the shipwright. What's the password? Long live the king. That's not the password. The mayor will tell us it, but probably not till we've solved this damn murder. So we're going to have to try and find this character, Christopher. Oh, is that Christopher? Good doggy. That's not Christopher. That is a dog. One of the fun bits of trivia about this game is that at the time in 1992, Origin and EA, Electronic Arts as they were known better back then, were rivals. They were game publishers with their own games and would compete for shelf space on stores and so on. Now, at this time, they didn't get on for whatever reason, and Origin was constantly having digs against Electronic Arts. So, why is that dog followed us in? Go away, doggy. Go away. Now, the little digs they had in this game were that the Guardian had 3 artifacts, kind of 3 MacGuffins basically that could summon him. I can't remember what they were called. Looking at the wiki now, it was generators they were. And each one was, there was a square, a cube, a sphere, and like a triangle prism. And they are the 3 symbols of Electronic Arts, which is kind of a good dig. And there were 2 characters that start off in this game, spoiler alert, on your side, but eventually end up betraying you for the Fellowship, and their names started with E and A. So I think that's kind of funny, little digs. And the final one was that Origin's slogan was, we create worlds. And they christened the Guardian, as in the villain of the game, as the destroyer of worlds. And as we know, or some of you know, Electronic Arts ended up buying Origin and basically ruining them and dismantling Ultima as we knew it. Sad tale, and Ultima really never recovered. I mean, people have hopes for Shroud of the Avatar, but for me it doesn't look or feel like an Ultima from what I've seen. I haven't played it yet, and I am curious, but it just, I don't know, it looks like every other MMO. Prove me, I'd like to be proven wrong though, because, you know, more power to them. Let's eat that. Yola, you hungry, buddy? Is that for... Oh, come on! The bloody guards. How do they know? You gonna kill me for eating some bread? What is this? This is outrageous. I am the Avatar. This is truly outrageous. You tell the mayor to stop these people. Ah, we're in a church. What can I steal? Look away, for I am stealing from the church, as they steal from its citizens. I'm like Robin Hood. Well, no one noticed that, which is nice. Yet you steal a banana or a loaf of bread and everyone's, ooh, that's cool. What are they? 2 rings. I'm gonna take those for sure. You wanna wear a ring? Wear them both. What's that noise? Nothing, nothing, nothing. There's no noise. Don't know what those rings do. Sometimes you get magic rings. Cake. Who's this lady? Hello. Whoa. This is a woman who seems pleasant and welcoming. I'm proud to meet the Avatar, she says, beaming. What's your name? My name is Ellen. What's your job? Bookkeeping Fellowship. Works for the bloody Fellowship. What do you know about this murder? It's awful, is it not? You know, the Fellowship are actually behind this murder. It's part of a ritualistic cult. So I know this because I've played the game, but we don't know this yet. Okay, so the Fellowship meet here every night. Branches all over Britannia. Most popular philosophical society. Tax exempt, no doubt. What's Clog? Oh, who is Clog? He's the branch leader in Trinsic. Alright, cool. Well, good day to you, madam. Who is this fine character here? Who are you? Are you Clog? What? He looks exactly like his wife. This must be Clog. What's your name? Clog. What do you know about the murder? Home all night, allegedly. Well, she'll vouch for you. Yeah, okay. Fine alibi. It's kind of interesting to be jumping straight into an Ultima game that is... I mean, they're all quite cerebral, but many role-playing games, you at this point you're in combat many times over, and obviously I have been with the guards, but we haven't fought many monsters. I can't even leave the town yet, so it's quite cerebral, and you know, for those who are interested in detective work and puzzle solving, you know, that's quite interesting. For those who want to get out and explore the world, it is quite an open world game and not too linear, but it starts off, you know, you're trapped in this early town. Alright, we'll continue on along our way. Where is Christopher? Oh, he died. That was the guy. How unfortunate. Argument. So, turns out that this guy had a quarrel with Christopher. So he, in my mind, is quite suspicious. We'll talk to the mayor, see if we can dob him in. Oh, come on. I've already done that. Yeah, I've already accepted this quest. Yes, what did we find? What? I'm sure we've done all this. We already gave him the key. It's weird, but yet we cannot leave the town. Where can we go? This is a nice fountain. It's quite cool. I like the fact that the tiles and the sprites and everything are much larger. Look at those big poplar trees and the huge roofs. I think there's a day and night cycle. Like all Ultimas, there's a bit of a living, breathing world. And you can interact with many things. You can forge armor or paint a picture, milk a cow, bake bread. Just about anything that's not nailed down you can pick up. Oh, that's the armor that we're not that friendly with. I wish to leave, damn it. Let me out. I wonder why this town is in military lockdown. So it's snowing, which is cool. Weather effects in the game. That's not something you saw that often. It's a weird blue snow, but we'll take it. Unless it's rain. Maybe it's rain. Ah, it is better. What's going on in there? Who are you, sir? Ah, a boy who's been... this could be... Oh, poor kid. He's got quite a Disney look about him with the bright, big blue eyes. I think this kid can join you from memory. I didn't do it the last playthrough earlier today, but I remember playing this many years ago in the 90s, and I think this boy joins you. I am Avatar. This is the Avatar. Yolo's vouching for me. Good man. Skip all that. Sorry, my lord. Never doubt me again, boy. Spark. It's your job. Yeah, so he's the son. Poor kid. He's an orphan. Join us. You should join us. You have no job. Father was the blacksmith. Smithy? How would you get him to join us? What do you know about the murder? Anamo is dead. He might... What was Anamo? Was he a horse or a person? Who knows? A lot of reading in this game, like many role-playing games, but you know, it's not so bad. There's a pleasant feeling about playing this game, aside from the ritual murders and the evil cults and so on, but the sprites are appealing and bright and colourful. I probably prefer them to Ultima VI. Hard to say. Ultima VI is a bit clearer with some things, but it's quite delightful sprite work from, you know, certainly for their time. The only thing I don't like is the UI for this. Are you going to join us or not? Well, we'll say find. What did you find? Something. Often my problem with these role-playing games, especially when I'm doing videos and so on, is I don't really pay enough attention to to the plots, and so I'll miss certain things. Hook. So he's just described to me the kill. Ah, let me help thee. Here we go. Would you like to join us? Please take me with you. YOLO has his reservations, but you know what I say to YOLO? YOLO! Spark lets his sling fly and kills YOLO. No, he doesn't. He curses and runs his finger through his hair. Told thee I'm good. So he's good with a slingshot. Yeah, you're most welcome. You can steal things because you're little. Alright, let's roll. No, not leave. I'm saying let's leave. No. No, we don't want you to go. I just want to leave this conversation. Bye. He's a jittery fellow, and that's understandable. What is this? Is that your pet parrot? Can we take the bird? You can take the bird. Ugly bird. What? Outrageous. Let's try and go upstairs. So, multi-levels in this game, which is very cool. Chest is locked. Can we pick the lock? Pick broke. Just unfortunate. Pick broke. One more time. Maybe we can attack the chest. No, I think there's a way to do it, but I can't remember. You can go to sleep as well if you wish. So these guys will keep guard. Let's just rest for an hour. Little nap, little kip. It's tiring being the avatar, isn't it? Pleasant dreams.
Yes, my friend, rest and heal, so that you are strong and able to face the perils before you.
Not sure how well the audio for this game is being captured by the video card, but in the background then when we napped, we heard the Guardian taunting us. And that's really cool because throughout the game, he is constantly mocking us and testing our will and making us doubt ourselves. And that's kind of cool to have an antagonist that isn't just seen at the beginning and then seen at the end. He's ever present through the game. Without spoiling too much, the Guardian is in fact, actually no, I'm spoiling it. He is essentially the mirror image of the Avatar. So the Avatar represents all the virtues of truth, compassion, spirituality, valor, justice, etc. Whereas the Guardian represents, deceit, betrayal, lust, greed, violence, and all that kind of thing. Arise. Anyway, that was a interesting little tidbit into the Guardian. He has a great voice, and he's a massive, jacked beast of a man, but with a strange gorilla-like face. And that was my one sort of... it's memorable, that's for sure, but for me it was a bit odd, like, why he looks the way he does. But, it is memorable after all these years, so we will... I'm not sure what we're supposed to do next, I didn't actually pay that much attention. Let's steal some boots for the boy. Boy? Yes, Avatar. Bye. I wish to... Well, that kid, that's really weird. He's a beast. He's got legs of oak and he looks like he's 6 foot tall there. That's because they just couldn't be bothered creating different portraits for the children. Take some gold. What's that? A club? No, we don't need that. Okay. Who are you, sir? He's walking away. NPCs in this game, like in previous Ultimas, have their own schedules, and they'll wake up in the morning, they'll go to the baker and bake bread. They might be working at the pub, they might visit a brother in jail, they might have dinner later at the pub and then go home and sleep. So depending on the time of day, you find that yes, I'm the Avatar. We've already said all this. Interesting. Actually, no, I should ask him about Clog, because a lot of people have got a ton of nostalgia for Ultima. I kind of get that, but it's not without flaws. I mean, by today's standards, these games are quite dated, and although they were the forebringer for games like Skyrim and The Witcher and the depth that those games have, sometimes they are a little confusing and so on. Yeah, we want to ask about Clog. Do not know the man, no dealings. Spark. Good lad, that's our companion. So, I really... Should we go in this tavern again? We got beaten up here last time, which is an outrage, because I am the Avatar. I didn't even get to eat the bread. Who are you? Gorgeous and voluptuous woman in her 30s. Oh, okay. What's your name? Polina. What's your job? Runs the pub. She purrs. Would you... something to eat or drink, and I shall try and please thee with my delicacies. It sounds like she's flirting with us. You realize she's flirting with... Oh, there you go. Interestingly enough, in Ultima VII, and it might have been either this one or Serpent Isle, which was Ultima VII Part 2, they were quite progressive because you actually can sleep with both men and women as the Avatar. If you're a female Avatar, you can sleep with a woman or a man. If you're a male Avatar, you can sleep with a man or a woman. the game doesn't judge you, and that's quite wonderful for 1992, especially when it was a bit more of a, you know, a taboo thing to have this in a game. Only this year has the lead character in the game been gay, and that was in The Last of Us with I think her name's Ellie, and there's a E3 video about the kiss. So, you know, to have that happen back in 1992, it's quite amazing. So she's flirting with us. She blushes and bats her eyelashes. "Oh, Sir Oliver, I would wager that does say that all the barmaids." What did I say? Well, we could get a room, or we could buy some food or someone. We could ask about the murder. She says hideous, doesn't have much information. No, I'm not going to buy anything, but I might try out that delicious loaf of bread. Maybe the boy. You wouldn't attack a boy, would you? Oh, call it what? I thought we were flirting. You see an irate guard. The same nonsense. Same loaf of bread. How dare you attack the boy when he has just seen his father murdered by a cult? And we're just trying to get him a loaf of bread because he's hungry. And I am the Avatar. You evil, evil guards. Guardians, you could almost say. I'm trying to flee. The game does have some slowdown issues, even on the Exalt version. Oh. Can I go to sleep? Wake me in 8 hours when the battle's over. You guys, good luck with the battle. Pleasant dreams. That's amazing. Are we going to survive? So they just waited there and say, doo 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 doo. All right, wake me up before you go. Then they wait, and then they go, all right, let's attack you. Damn thee, I say. What have you done with the boy? Did he run off, or did he get killed? This is terrible. They've killed Yolo, proving that, quite literally, you only live once. We shall talk to this guard. Oh. Ouch, ouch. Ah, we're dead. And we reappear back in town. Anyway, that is where we'll leave it for now with Ultima VII. At least with part 1, because we're going to continue this in the next video with Ultima VII Part 2, Serpent Isle, which is actually a different game using an enhanced version of the same engine. It was released, I believe, about a year later and had some enhancements, and people didn't love the plot quite as much, and it wasn't set in Britannia, but I have fond memories of it, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Thanks for watching this video. If you're a fan of the Ultima series, leave me a comment. G'day to all the new subscribers, and hi to all the regular ones. Thanks for being with me. I'm enjoying making these videos. I'm looking forward to making some non-Ultima videos very soon, including more Swords and Sandals, and showing you some Swords and Sandals pirates in the next couple of weeks too. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and bye for now.